Bendiciones, what up everybody? This is El Conquistador back with another video. Sorry for the bad lighting, I'm just a guy with his phone. On this episode of the Sancocho series, we will be exploring a Californian from LA by the name of Shontel Anestasia, who owns the Urban Curvy Mama shop. She has a presence on all social media platforms, which I will be linking in the bio of this video so you can see for yourself exactly what I'm talking about. And yes, I have the computer right in front of me. Okay. I want to state for the record that I've never met Shontel. I've never spoken to Shontel. I've never had a conversation with her in any way, shape, or form. I've never had a conversation with her padrino, Baba Joseph Ifa, another prolific YouTuber and babalao who has content himself available. In addition, these videos are in no way, shape, or form an attack on anyone, but a thorough analysis of public figures within the Ocha Ifa community. And as a public figure, and everyone I cover in my Sancocho series, they are all subject to public scrutiny, yet this is a free country. You can sell what you want to sell, you can buy what you want to buy. I'm not saying not to buy from these people, I'm just saying learn and be more informed. In addition, all the claims that I make on Shontel being a sancochera are based on pure evidence, her own words, her own products, her own brand, her own websites, her own bios. Nothing slander, nothing lies. All the links are in the description box so you can see for yourself that I'm not falsifying any information. I'm not putting words in people's mouths. It's her sources, and then I give my own retort of how they make me feel or why something is wrong, or I give my own personal spin on it. Okay. Like always, we will start with her own bio, and I quote: "Shontel Anestasia is an apetebe initiate within the Afro-Cuban religion Lukumi, a child of Olokun, a kitchen witch. She is a student of Vedic practices, i.e. Hindu religion, Eastern astrology, Vastu Shastra, I have no idea what that is, and then Ayurveda, herbalist. It sounds Hindu to me. I have no idea what that is. She teaches plant medicine, guided meditation, product tutorials, spiritual talks." And it continues. And as per her own words, she is, quote, "Omo Olokun, Apetebi, Embruja." On her own Etsy page, it says, quote, "As a devoted practitioner and initiate in the Lukumi, Santeria, religion, I have dedicated my life to helping women in need with the power of Olodumare, my guardian Orisha Olokun, and my Egun. I particularly work with Echu Elegba. Elegba is the distributor of Ashe and the intermediary between human beings and Orisha. Because of attention to this Orisha, I have the power to get the results you desire." This is a quote, son. Continues on, "Dressed/prepared candles are inspired by the Orisha and how I interpret the energy." And it continues the quotes. This is all quotes. And when it's not a quote, I will let you know. First point. This is not a quote. So this is my first point. We have the overall, I set the stage already. Now this is my thoughts. So Shontel is someone with her mano de orula only. We know that she is not crowned. We know that she is not an initiate. We know that she is not Olorisha, at least by the time of, as far as I know. Because when she posted her Olokun, selling Olokun water, this was 3 weeks ago, she said in there that she was saving for Ocha. So at the time of this video, unless she got crowned in the past 3 weeks, she is not Olorisha. She has only her mano de orula, and she is not an initiate of Olokun. She is a marked child of Olokun. And there is a big difference between being a child of an Orisha and being an initiate of an Orisha. I've already spoken about this. Without initiation, there is no licencia to claim to make omieros or any of the charms that we will see, which are basically knockoff Incheo signs. Number 2, notice the word work with elegua. It says, "I particularly work with Echuelegua." Continue the quote, "I have the power to get the results you desire." End quote. Notice the word work with Elegua. This is a Sancocho red flag number 1. This is very common. as an olorisha, as a santero, as an initiate, we do not, quote, work with orisha. We make a bowl, we make adimu, we divine with the proper channels, i.e. obi, dilogun, ifa. The word work is a telltale sign that the person is skewed towards a new age mix of Wicca, Santeria, New Orleans hoodoo, voodoo, Greek astrology, witch. Number 3, here are a few screenshots I took of what she sells on her Etsy, but there is so much more. A lot, if not most of what is sold is not traditional. You can see she still, here's the rub, still sells Olokun water with the description, and I quote, you got to look in the descriptions of all these, but you got to see it, okay? But this is the one for Olokun, selling Olokun water, and in her own description of her own Etsy site, it says, and I quote, our authentic Olokun spiritual bath comes direct from a consecrated Olokun sopera and is blessed by an aborisha and a daughter of Olokun. This ritual bath can open several paths to prosperity while also removing any stagnant energy that's preventing you from obtaining your prosperity. End quote. Apparently this water helps with shadow work as well. So it's blessed by an aborisha. There is no such thing. You're either an initiate or you're not an initiate. And being a child of Olokun and being an initiate of Olokun are not the same thing. Being an apetebi, but being an apetebi does not give licencia to birth anything either. So her pact with Ifa plays no role in this business. It plays no role in her business practices, other than to add a title to her about page. Now, this is a more general statement. I noticed that people that sell these things that are on Etsy, that are on YouTube, not all of them, but the ones that are not initiated, I noticed that a lot of these people, they throw in these titles. I'm a petebi, I'm a child of so-and-so, and they wear their collares loud and proud, and they drape themselves with all this associated regalia to give ignorant potential customers a false sense of their credibility as a business. Dice carajo. The sacred contents of one's orisha are not for sale. I repeat, the sacred contents of one's orisha are not for sale. The water that has been sitting with your orisha and thus has become a part of the body of said consecrated orisha are not for sale, or is not for sale. That water is not for sale. I personally see it as whoring out her Olokun to anybody who is willing to pay. I can do the same thing with Yemaya water. I can do the same thing with Olokun water, and like a pimp outside of a hotel room, I'll take the $64.99, let the John in, and Olokun is sitting, laying on the bed with their legs wide open for anyone willing to pay. That's how I personally see this. And like Oprah giving out cars, it's you get a piece of my Olokun, you get a piece of my Olokun. Olokun, my Olokun waters that's touched the sacred implements. It's available for anybody and everybody who's willing to pay the low price of only $64.99. She sells Dilogun and calls it a blessed ocean curio. She sells dollar store Greek evil eye bracelets and calls them prepared Olokun and Yemaya protections, like Ide Orisha, that a person receives upon initiation. She sells Orisha Ajeshaluga, magic ritual kits, complete with a candle, a bath, a bracelet, Ide, so that you too can have the financial growth with the Ashe of Ajeshaluga, the Orisha of financial wealth. She charges $73 on sale to pray for you for 30 minutes. She makes Egun Mojo bags, which we all know come from the Sancocho capital of the world, New Orleans. Shout out to anybody who's in New Orleans. Shout out Holly Grove. But unfortunately, there is a lot of Sancocho in New Orleans. There is no such thing as an Egun Mojo bag. There is no such thing as an Egun Mojo Gris bag, as some say in traditional Ocha. That does not exist in traditional Ocha Ifa. There's Incheo signs. But either way, she's not Olorisha. She sells a square of blue fabric for your altars to Olokun Jemaya, but we all know that there is no such thing as altars to Orisha. We have shrines to consecrated Orisha, but the idea of altars to whomever you feel attracted to is a New Age Hoodoo Wicca Sancocho practice. She also has a blessed white fabric for your white table bovada. I don't know how much that is. This, man, shit, I've had... When I didn't have access to a white fabric, because if I didn't have a white fabric, I would take a white t-shirt and put that on the table, and that was my white fabric. And when the shit got dirty, I put it in the laundry. That's it. But she sells blessed white fabric. She sells a blessed white head cover that I guess she blesses with the Psalms 23, with Omiero and the moon cycle. Just a piece of white fabric for the head. I could go on and on, like literally. Just look at the Etsy site. You get my point. The brand and products that we see here are questionable at best and straight up bull at worst. And I'm like, at no point did any elders tell her, yo, I know you're eager to get crowned, but selling Olokun water isn't the way to go about things. As a matter of fact, if you put this out, it's going to circulate and people in the community are going to spaz. I could go on and on. So what will happen in the community when they see this content continue to be perpetuated and sold? This girl may not get invited to Ocha events after she makes Santo. At least not outside of her ile, because this will follow her. The community's small. Everybody's a bochinchero. Straight up. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody. And people will question the legitimacy of her ceremonies that she works, because if she makes all these claims now before she's initiated, then what claims is she going to make down the line? So she knows what she's doing. She profits off of the illegitimate stuff she sells, and that's her prerogative. But at least now you, the viewer, know. You, the customer, can make a more informed decision when you come across similar public figures who profit off of the ignorant using religion. Let me know if there's anybody else that you want to see in the Sancocho series video. Peace out.